What I'm trying to do is set up a little video on changing oil. Show you how I do it anyway. The 7 and 800, the twins are a little different than the 500, so the filter on the 500 is a little harder to get, or easier to get to than the 7 and 800s. I got some pictures on here. I'll show you. I use a pair of slip joint pliers, come in from the front, get a hold of it and take it off. And then I buy a metal filter wrench, that cap wrench that fits over the end of the filter, and then just leave it on there. Once you reinstall the filter, well, then leave the cap on there, and that way then it's a lot easier to come off when the next time you change. Use a ratchet and extension, and that'll take it out of there. The pictures will be pretty well self-explanatory. I'll explain them as we go along. I just figured rather than look at me while you're listening to this, you might as well be watching the quads and enjoy something. This was Central City, the 17th of June here in '07. We hit it just right. Snow was melting, water was running. We was having a good time. It was fun. It was fun. Didn't hit a whole lot of snow, but we did hit some up on Rollins Path. Had a good time. That's what counts. Alright, use them slip joint pliers. Just kind of reach in from the front there. You'll have to finagle around, but you'll find that they'll hook right over the filter there, and you can work it out. It ain't gonna be real easy, and it's a slow process, but it will work. And then after you get this first one out, well, then the next one will be easier, because I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, one thing that's very important is to make sure that you get the right filter. See how that's concave? You want to make sure that the top of the filter, whatever one you use, is concave. Now, the one here on the left is convex. That was a Napa Gold. That was money wasted, because it wouldn't seat. And then while you're there, buy one of these metal caps. Filter wrench. I think it's 63 millimeter. Don't hold me to that, but I think that's what it was. But it'll fit right over the end of the filter. And then when you get ready to put the filter on, well, then leave that cap on it. It's not going to go anywhere. It kind of hooks in behind the clutch housing there, and so even with your riding way, it's not going to come off. It's going to hang right in there. You ain't going to have to worry about it. And next time you get ready to change the oil, all you got to do is grab a ratchet and an extension, a 3/8 extension, stick her in there and give her a twist, and voila, she's going to come right out of there, and ain't going to be no problem. You're going to thank me for that one, because that'll be easy. This here is a shot of your drain hole underneath the skid plate, underneath the belly there. Just take if I remember right, it was a number 6 Allen wrench, and it'll take it right out of there. Now when you do, when you pull that bolt out, be real careful, because it's got this little brass or copper ring there, and you need it to keep the oil from leaking. So be sure and keep your eye out for it. What I use to put the oil in is a filter or funnel like this with a little indent there on the end of it. It makes it kind of nice, because if you get the right one and the right size, it'll slip right down into the tube there. That way you ain't spilling any oil, and everything's going right in, and it's doing like it ought to do. What I like to use, I use Mobile One synthetic 040. I use Purelator filter, Pure One. Everything I read, why they're supposed to be up towards the top of the line. When you check your oil stick, make sure it's flat, and pull it out, and you want to read the top of it, not the bottom, but make sure it's flat, and then read the top of it as it lays here. That way you get a true reading. If you try to read it from the bottom, well, it's going to read too full. When you get all done, it should take 2 quarts of oil or right at it. And when you get all done, why, be sure and flip that lever back up. That'll hold the oil stick in. You should be good to go. That should pretty well take care of you. You're on your way.
Little caliber sticking it to the snow. Boy, yeah.
There you go. Water deep and fast today. Doing good. Trying to